Hello and welcome to another awesome yoga class. We will have a pretty awesome, interesting class. We'll be getting into headstand, working our back line, so into our hamstrings, opening the hips, working some balance, some concentration, and more. So glad you can join me. Props. You might want a block. Besides that, nothing else really. Yeah, just the block. So my block's in my other room, so I won't use it today, but usually, right, like use your props. Props help you. They help the alignment. When you have better alignment, your muscles get used to the pose, then you can deepen it with good structure rather than not having the structure and trying to deepen it. So, yeah. Starting Sukhasana, easy pose, tall through your spine. Just bringing your gaze inside, so shutting down through your eyes. Just breathing in, feeling your belly expand. Breathing out, feeling your belly draw in. Using it like a diaphragm, so making sure all 360 around is expanding. So feel the sides of your body expand. Feel that low back start to expand. If you don't feel it, really tap into that connection and get it going. Really focusing, easing any tension, easing any wandering thoughts, bringing stillness within. Inhale, circle hands towards the sky, bringing your gaze up, and then exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach a little more. And then exhale, down. Two more. Last one. Inhale the hands up, keep them up. Right hand comes down to your right. Left hand reaches over to your right. Ground through your left sit bone. Inhale up and over to your left. Ground through your right sit bone. Reach your right hand a little further away from your torso. Coming back through center, over to your right. Through center to your left. We'll do one more each way. So back to your right. Maybe you can reach a little further away as you ground through your left sit bone. Feel all that awesome stretch down the left side of your body. And then we'll come back through center and to your left. Maybe you can reach your right hand a little further away. Ground through your right sit bone. Feel that stretch. And then back through center. Hands are up. Right hand comes on your left knee. Left hand behind your left sit bone, twisting over to your left. Breathing in. Bringing your gaze over your left shoulder. Doing 3 nods up and down here. Bring your eye gaze a bit further to the left. And then back through center. Over to your right, left hand on right knee, right hand behind your right sit bone. Twist over to the right. Lengthen through your spine still. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. Doing 3 nods up and down here. And then bringing your eye gaze a little further to your right. And then release back through center. Find table, roll over your knees. Little cat-cow action. So exhale, arch the back. Inhale, dip the belly. One more each. So exhale, arch that back. Inhale, dip belly. Exhale, last one. Arch that back. Maybe you can push into the hands and knees and flex a little more. And then inhale, belly towards the ground, long collarbones, open chest, open throat. Then find stillness. Nice. Bring in the crown of your head to the floor, grabbing on to your heels, lifting the hips and low back towards the ceiling. Maybe you can get that head a bit closer to your knees. Rabbit's pose, focusing on your breath. Breathe out. Maybe you can get your hips up a little more. And then exhale, bringing your bum to your heels. Inhale, find that table again. Exhale, come into your cat. Arch the back. Inhale, dip the belly, find your cow. Come into cat. And then cow. One more each, so find that cat. And then last one, find the cow. Neutral spine. Float left knee out to the side. Bring left hand towards your right knee and then up towards the sky. Little puppy, big fire hydrant. Bring your left hand back down, left knee. Shake it out. Other side, float right knee out to the side, to your right. Right hand comes towards your right knee and then up towards the sky. Breathing in and breathing out. Find table again. Tuck your toes, find down dog. Really spread your fingers. Feel all 4 corners of your palm engage. Arches lift. Long arms, long side body. Walk your feet in towards your hands. Push in and come to standing. Inhale, circle your hands up. Gaze looks up. Exhale, hands through center and down by the sides. Finding that forward fold. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Exhale, fold, walk back into your plank. And then lower knees, chin and chest, Ashtanga Pranam. And then lower your belly, lift your chest, Cobra. And then lower chest, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Wiggle out your hips. Bend one knee, straighten the other. Switch sides. Find your neutral down dog. Then walk your feet towards your hands. Push up. Find standing. Inhale, circle your hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, walk back into your plank. Lower knees, chin and chest, keeping hips up. Lower your hips, peel your chest up. And then lower your chest, lift your hips up and back. Down dog. Down dog's challenging. It should come as a rest position eventually, so working your way towards that one day. Walk the feet between the hands, push up into standing. Circle the hands up. Exhale, hands through heart center, down. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, find your plank. And then one more time, lower knees, chin and chest, keeping hips up. And then lower hips, lift your chest, elbows back, scapulas down and back. And then lower your chest, lift your hips up and back. Finding the joys of downward facing dog. Breathe it in. And breathe it out. Lift your hips a little higher. Get your chest a bit closer to your thighs. The joys. And then walk your feet in towards your hands. Come to standing. Ta-da! Awesome. So from here, sweep your hands along the mat. Find a chair position. Big toes touch. Do 10 pulses here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly step your left foot back into a lunge. Nice and tall. We'll come to warrior 2 for a sec. Awesome. So this is where you might want your block if you use it for triangle. Straightening through your right knee. Reach your right hand forward, 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 and then down on your shin or on the floor underneath your shoulder. Left hand towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel the side body extend and lengthen. And then reach left hand forward, forward, forward. And then bring it underneath your shoulder, on your shin, or on the outside of your shin. Right hand towards the sky. Drawing left hip forward, right hip back. Breathe into the spaces that are asking. And breathe out. Nice. Look forward. Right hand finds the mat. Lift your back heel up. Right foot goes back. Go through your flow. Let's either lower knees, chin, and chest, or one straight line, lower in a plank, and roll over your toes into up dog. And then come back, finding down dog. Wiggle out those hips. Good stuff. Walk your feet to your hands, come to standing, or come to your chair pose. So sweep your hands along the floor. Do 10 pulses up and down here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find stillness. Step your right foot back into the crescent pose. Maybe grabbing the block if you used it. Back heel comes down, finding warrior 2. Turning to your right. Making sure as we're in warrior 2, your left knee doesn't bow inwards. It's nice and aligned over your left ankle. Straightening through left knee. Reaching left hand forward, forward, forward. Hinging at the hips, bringing that hand to the ground or on your shin. Right hand towards the sky. Breathe in. And breathe out. Reach your right hand forward. As your right hip comes forward, right hand underneath shoulder, on your shin or outside of your shin. Left hand towards the sky. Ground through. All corners of your feet, arches are engaged. And then left hand comes down to the ground, back heel lifts, left foot steps back. Find your flow. Breathe into spaces that are asking. And breathe out. Maybe you can get your chest a bit closer to your thighs as you feel your hips lift a little higher. Getting a little more long through your arms. Nice. Draw right knee in toward your nose and then step it up towards your hands. Back heel lowers. Reach your hands forward and up. So we have warrior 1. Right hand forward, left hand back, warrior 2. Nice. Right hand on your thigh, left hand towards the sky, side angle. And then right hand inside your right foot for the side angle. And then right foot steps back into your side plank. And then left foot steps back into your wild thing. And then look forward, top left corner of your mat. Step left foot there into your lunge. Reach your hands forward and up. Into warrior or into crescent. Nice. Back heel drops. So you're in your warrior 2. You might want to grab your block for in front of you. Looking forward, reaching left hand forward, hinging at your hip, placing it on the floor or your block. Right hand towards the sky, half moon. Straighten through your left leg. Awesome. Right hand comes down underneath shoulder, left hand towards the sky, revolving this. Left hand comes down to the ground, right foot steps down, left foot steps back. Find your flow. It's going to be a flowy class. Feel the heat. Shake it out.
Move those hips. Nice. Left knee draws in towards your nose, and then step it between your hands. Hands reach forward and up into your crescent. And then warrior two on this side, left hand forward. Open that knee if it's needed. Side angle, so left forearm on your left thigh, right hand towards the sky. Gaze looks up towards your right hand. Left hand comes to the floor inside left foot. Still looking up towards your right hand. And then side plank, stepping left foot down. Nice. And then wild thing, right foot steps back. Right hand reaches above your head. Stepping right foot to the right top corner of your mat. And then reaching hands forward and up into your crescent. And then back heel comes down, warrior two. Nice. Reach right hand forward, hinging at your hips, coming into half moon. Really straightening through your right leg. And then left hand underneath left shoulder, squaring with the ground, right hand towards the sky. Straighten through your right leg. And then right hand down, left leg down, right foot steps back. Find your flow. Nice. Breathe in. And breathe out. Really feel the big toe and your pinky toe. Engage. All toe ball mounds are engaging. Right knee pulls in towards your nose and then step it. Foot between the hands. Reach your hands forward and up. Crescent pose. Lengthen through your back knee. Right hand forward, left hand back. Nice. And then side angle. Forearm on your thigh. And then forearm on the ground. Keeping your gaze looking up. And then side angle. Left foot steps back, wild thing. Reach your left hand above your head. And then left foot steps, top left corner of the mat, coming up into your crescent. Finding your warrior two. Nice. Should have stayed in crescent. I don't like to go back to crescent necessarily, but we'll visit it. And then reach your hands forward, 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 hinging at the hips, finding warrior three. And then hands come down to the ground, reaching in direction of your left foot. And then right foot goes towards the sky, standing splits. Breathe in, breathe out. And then right leg comes down to the ground beside your left. Step back into your plank. Find your flow. Breathing into the spaces that are asking. And breathing out. Wiggle out your hips. Nice. Left knee comes in towards your nose. Stepping foot between your hands. Reach your hands forward and up. Crescent. Left hand forward, right hand back, warrior two. Nice, side angle. Left forearm on your thigh, right hand towards the sky. And then left hand down towards the ground, inside your left foot. Side plank, stepping left foot back. Right hand looks in direction of or gaze looks in direction of your right hand. Wild thing, step right foot back. Reach your right hand above your head. Look up, step the right foot up, and then reach your hands forward and up. We'll do it because we did it on the other side. Warrior two. Be mindful with the transition, right? So as we go back, don't just think about picking up your heel. Draw your left hip forward as your heel gets lifted. Reach your hands forward, hinging at the hips, then picking up your back leg, warrior three. And then hands reach in direction of your right foot. Head comes to your shin. Left hand or left leg reaches towards the sky. Standing splits. Then left leg steps beside your right. One last flow. Hands come down. Step back. Got a nice adjustment on that one. Maybe you can just let your head and chest dangle and get a bit closer to the floor. Yeah. Wiggle out those hips. Walking your feet in towards your hands. We'll come to standing just for a sec. Just getting that breath back. Circle your hands up. Bring your gaze up. And then hands come down. Two more like this. Up. And then down. Last one. Go up. And then down. Nice. Finding that forward fold. Palms find the mat. Nice. Hinging at the hips and eventually bringing your knees into your armpits. Lifting your heels. So we're working crane. Maybe as your heels are lifted, maybe 1 foot at a time, you touch your toes to the back of your wrist. Right? Alternating sides. Maybe now you can lift the hips and then come forward, 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 and then float your toes off of the mat. Lift your hips a little more. Breathe into the spaces, asking. And let's breathe out. And then lower your feet. Come to being on your shins. And just breathe in. And breathe out. Let's just do some arm circles again. Just manifest all that chi, that energy. This is a pretty challenging class. So let's gather as much energy we can to be able to finish the rest of class. So working on our headstand, by all means, if you like your elbows bent and palms on the floor, do so. I'm working, hands are clasping the crown of your head or like just behind it. So you're on your forearms and your elbows. Yeah, it's like right So here's the flat part of your head, that curved part right at the side, right before you start to get to that occipital bone. Your hands are going to be there. And then you make a triangle and you just find good support. So maybe this is all you get to today. By all means, cool. Focus on that and then focus on lifting your hips up higher from here. Maybe you lift your knees. Maybe you lift one leg at a time. Maybe you lift both. Coming into your headstand. Reach your feet away from you. I'm staying in the headstand by all means. If you need a break, take a break and then come back in. A few more breaths. Slowly draw your knees in and then lower your feet to the floor. Find child's pose. Work that wide breath. Work your tailbone getting closer towards the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Find that table. Right hand comes out to your right like an airplane wing and then up towards the sky. Really ground through your left hand and your knees. Swim your right hand over to your left in between left hand, left knee. Left elbow towards the sky. Breathing in. Breathing out. Maybe you can push through your left hand a little more. Pushing into your left hand. Coming back to table. Float left hand out to the side like an airplane wing. And then bring it up towards the sky. And then weave left hand through down to the ground to your right, in between right hand, right knee. Push into the right hand. Maybe you can lift your hips a little more. Peel the back of your right shoulder further back. Breathe in. And breathe out. Slowly lowering your right elbow towards the ground. Bringing your left hand through. And making your way to your belly. So you're on your belly. Bring those elbows underneath your shoulders. Palms face down. Work on rotating those inner edges of your wrist in towards the ground. Peel your head back like you smelt something stinky. Feel all that awesome length happening. Wide collarbones. Shoulders relax.
Scapula's down and back. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe choosing to stay here or floating your elbows to an equal height. Feeling your head draw back still. If your elbows were lifted, lowering them. Stacking one hand on top of the other, resting forehead or a cheek on the back of your hand. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right hand reaches above your head. Left hand helps roll you onto your back. We'll have the knees bent just for now. Cross your left thigh on top of your right. Hips over to your left. Knees pull into the chest and then down to your right. Your left shoulder will lift. Work on drawing the back of your left shoulder towards the floor. Maybe your gaze stays centered. Maybe you look over that left shoulder. Breathe into spaces that are asking. Breathe out. Feel everything surrendering, easing into the floor. Bring your gaze back through center. Knees pull in towards the chest and then up. Square your hips back up. Uncross your left leg. Give your knees a wiggle. Other side. Right thigh on top of left. Knees pull over to your right. Knees pull in towards the chest and then down to your left. Left shoulder is lifted. Work on drawing it to the floor. Maybe your gaze looks over your right shoulder. Just letting gravity do its thing. Helping your body sink a little more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your gaze back through center. Knees pull in and then up towards the sky. Squaring your hips up and crossing your leg. Give your knees a wiggle. And then lengthen down in Shavasana. Hands by your sides or on your belly. And just connecting with your breath. That 360 motion of your diaphragm. So your back's touching the floor. You should feel it expand into the floor. When you feel like you can't expand anymore, see if you can increase it. Find a new edge.
Find some new depth. And at the same time you work the breath, see if there's anywhere on your body, in your mind, that's calling your attention. Seeing what it's asking and seeing if you can serve it. Feel yourself sinking a little deeper. Inhale, reach hands above head, feet away from hands. Draw knees in towards the body, give yourself a nice hug. Roll over to your right. And then press yourself up, cross-legged, Sukhasana. Hands and Jali Mudra. Inhale that love and gratitude to yourselves. Exhale that love and gratitude to everyone else. Thank you all for sharing this wonderful yoga class with me. Namaste. Yeah, so I sure feel nice and relaxed and content and centered. So I'm sure you do. If you don't, then who knows? You're probably doing your practice wrong. I'm kidding. If you don't, then who knows? Maybe it's just one of those days. So yeah, hopefully you got that handstand down or move through some edges in it that normally you don't move through. And yeah, please like, comment, and share these videos, and I shall see you next time. Bye.